Bendiciones. Bendiciones. Blessings to everyone. Today we're going to be doing an English live again. Let's see how I can get this together because I have two phones in here that I need to go live on. Give me 1 second, you guys. I need to improvise like I did the other day. Where is my... so that I can put it here next to my other phone and I am able to do this. Okay, guys, I'm getting into Facebook right now. How is everybody doing? Are we all ready for Christmas? I am not ready for Christmas. I need to wrap presents, which I don't want to do. English lives. Let's do this. Let's see what's going on. Forget about Facebook, everybody. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I appreciate you. Please, tac on the YouTube live so that I can go ahead and get the likes that you guys like on the live, please. Bendiciones a todas las personas que están en YouTube y en Facebook. Por favor, si le pudieran dar tac en la pantalla para que le den un like a la directa, se lo agradecería mucho. Esta directa va a ser en inglés, acerca de los Iyawoses 2025. Ustedes saben que están, wow. ¿Qué les puedo decir? No se puede decir todos, claro, siempre hay una excepción a la regla, pero desafortunadamente estamos acabando. Bendiciones para todos, bendiciones para todos. Muchísimas gracias por estar aquí. Una vez más, Facebook. Esta es una directa en inglés y a voces del 2025. Ok, so tengo que desafortunadamente terminar Spanish y voy a empezar en English. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. Many blessings to all of you guys. We're doing a live today of the 2025 Iyawoses. What are the 2025 Iyawoses? Well, those are the Iyawoses that have their own rules. They are, I guess they're like the 2025 Generation X people that we have now. I guess that we can call those our Generation Iyawoses Generation X 2025. It's sad, but many blessings, Delilah. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you very much. Many blessings to everybody. If you guys can please tac on the and give it a like on YouTube on the top, I would really appreciate that very much. It's funny because I don't understand the reason why people go into the religion these days. I really don't. The reasons why people go into the religion is because they need a spiritual guide. They need help in any kind of things that we have here in this religion, which is we're going to help you. The Orishas are going to help you. They're going to open your paths. The Orishas are not going to make you rich, but they can guide you in opening your paths to either you opening up a business, working, getting customers into your doors. There's a lot of things that the Orishas come in and do, but mainly the main reason why people should come into this religion is because they want health. And I don't understand the reason why bendiciones Yana Oni Yamaya. I don't understand the reasons why we go into this religion and then you come in here and you don't want to follow the simple rules that apply to our people that want to get initiated. There's a few ways of getting initiated into the religion. There's not a lot. There's a few ways, the correct ways. Thank you, Jose. Many blessings to you. Muchísimas gracias, Jose. Desafortunadamente, hoy es en inglés, mañana será en español. So, you guys, I don't understand the reason why we have all of these Iyawoses taking pictures. I don't understand the reason why you guys are not dressing in white. I don't understand the reason why we're not getting our haircuts when you go in to get your coronation done. I don't understand how come some women, it's so hard. Thank you, Yaya Fool. Love you too, my love. Why is it so hard for people to follow simple rules? Everybody, if you can please give it a like on YouTube on the top of your... Thank you, Edith. Many blessings, mi vida. Mucho besito. Jenny, yes, Janet, that is so true. I'm the kind of person that I believe that if you have a job and you get crowned in Orisa and you have a uniform that you have to wear for your job, I understand that you have to, it is very sad, that you have to wear that uniform to work, because you cannot lose your job while you're getting your coronation done and you're going towards your year and 7 days of being in the religion. I'm the first person that will tell my godchildren that if you have a job and you have a uniform that you have to wear, regardless of what color it is, even if it's black, you're going to wear white clothing below, you're going to put on your pantyhose, you're going to wear your white shirt under it, and then you put on your uniform. And the moment that you get off of work, if you want to change in the car, that's fine. But you know what? I don't tell my godkids to do that. I tell them to get home and immediately take off all of that and then go into your Iyawo clothes. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Not that you get home and then you start cooking and then you start doing this and you start doing that. You're dealing with the kids and you're running around, and then you go and you take a shower, and then after you take a shower, then you put on your Iyawo clothes. It's not that way. Is you get home from work, you put on those clothes. I understand that you're dirty, that you're sweaty, and that you're stinky from your job, and you don't want to put on Iyawo clothes after that because you want to be clean after you take a shower and all that. But if you're going to take a shower 2 hours after you get home, then that's not how it works. You need to get home, change into one of your Iyawo clothes, which I'm sure you have to have more than just 1 or 2 or maybe 3. I would pick one where that's going to be something that I'm going to be doing, I will do this. I will put it where this is my daily clothes that I'm going to wear from the moment that I get home from work until the moment that I take a shower, and then I put on my other clothes that I'm going to be dealing with for the rest of the night. But it's not a matter of you doing all of these things and getting home and cooking and cleaning and getting everything ready, and then after you take a shower, you get dressed and you put on your white clothes. That's not how it works, because there's rules, you guys, and we bend them a little bit only because we have to understand that you have to work. You need money to pay your rent, your bills, and everything else that you need to do. But at the same time, the Orishas are giving you that leeway, but that doesn't mean that you can just take it a step further or as far as you want. And, oh, I don't feel like it today. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And it's just crazy. It's totally crazy, honestly. So I see all of these things. And to me, they are crazy. They are crazy. Thank you, Glenda. That is the way that the rules should be. I have a comment from YouTube. There is a gap in teaching from the godparents to the godchild. It's sad that many simple things aren't taught. It is very sad now these days, Delilah. But I can understand that you need teachings from your godparents and they need to tell you everything that you need to do. But right now in 2025, if you're going to get initiated in the religion, hi, mi Yabosita, many blessings to you, my love. Mucho besito, Sonia. If you're going to get initiated in this religion, I'm sure that even if your godparents do not tell you that you have to, do these rules like this, and that you have to wear white for the year and 7 days constantly. And, it's sad because some godparents will not tell this to their godchildren. Some godparents will not even tell them rules, do not tell them what they can and cannot do. They will not tell them any of that. So to me, excuse me, give me 1 second, you guys. So to me, it's kind of strange that you want to be a godparent. Yeah, you want to be a godparent, but at the same time, you want to be a godparent to when it's convenient, and when it's not convenient, then it's okay. I think that that's really wrong. That's why we have to choose our elders wisely. We have to, ask questions, you guys. Because it's not the same when you have an elder that has a little bit of knowledge. Because the thing is that the way I see it is the Orishas are going to let you go to a certain way only because they know that you don't have the knowledge. But the moment that you know the knowledge and that you know it, and they know that you know it, then they're going to be like, there's no reason why we should be going through this when you already know what the rule is and what you should or should not be doing. And then that's when stuff starts to happen. And then when stuff starts to happen, then what is the first question we ask? Oh my God, I have very, I've seen videos on TikTok, YouTube, of I have very fresh hands. Or you pick the godparent that has osobo in their hands. And it's not a matter of the godparents having an osobo in their hands. Because unless you're a child, unless you're somebody that doesn't have any knowledge of this religion, the Orishas are going to give you some leeway on that. But unfortunately, when you're supposed to know, and you know the rules and what you should or should not be doing, then what happens? The Orishas are going to be like, nope, here you go. This is the first thing that I'm going to do to you. Why? Because you know that you're not supposed to be doing this. You're not supposed to be eating on your table. You're not supposed to be wearing dark clothing after a certain hour. You're not supposed to be in a restaurant. You're not supposed to be going out after it's dark outside. You know what you have to do at 12 o'clock in the afternoon and what you have to be at 12 o'clock at midnight? You know, there's so many things. So many things. So I understand that godparents don't teach, and it's very sad because that's why I tell you guys, always go into, now that David has schools and he's teaching people about the religion. He has over 10,000 YouTube videos here on YouTube, you guys. You really, really need to just learn. I always tell my ladies, let's start to learn. We have to learn, because if we don't learn, then people that think that we're stupid are going to treat us like if we're stupid. And I don't like that. So I always tell my ladies, please go and learn, get a book. And I know that I have a book that I've been trying to read for the past week, and I haven't been able to turn one page, and I'm very upset about it because it's been so busy. I'm tired. The baby is a month and a half, and I'm like, I gotta put David to bed at a certain hour. He's in my house. There's very strict rules when it comes down to the kids, and I don't deviate from that. So I've been going to bed, and I've been so exhausted because the baby's waking up in the middle of the night, and I'm just like, I just go out. Even though when she wakes up in the middle of the night around 1 or 2 o'clock, that David is awake, I tell him, Papi, please feed the baby for me because I'm very tired. And he gives me that break, which helps. But then she wakes up at 4, and then from 4 to 6, she thinks it's a party time. So we're having a great old time from 4 to 6. And I'm like, so I deal with that. And it is what it is. It's fine. But I've been trying to read a book, honestly, I'm telling you, for over a week, and I haven't been able to turn the page. And I'm like, I want to be able to do this. I want to be able to see it. So unfortunately, I'm not able to. So I understand that sometimes we don't have the time, because we don't. I understand that. But it's going to come a time within the next week or two that I'm going to be able to have at least 20 to 30 minutes where I can sit down and open the book and at least read 5 pages of the book. And I definitely want to read it because my husband dedicated the book to me, and I'm in love with the dedication of the book to begin with. So I'm like, yes, I'm dying. I love it. So I'm trying to do that. But you guys, there's schools that David is teaching. We have all schools. We have Spiritism school. We have the school of I know, Kika. It is. And I was just exhausted and I just fell asleep. So after that, we have the school of the shells. We have the school of the Osha room. We have the school of the Aleyos, you guys. If you guys want to learn how do we start? I'm going to do a live on how we start in this religion, the correct way of starting the religion, the path that you have to take. I'm going to do a live about that because it's important that we know what the correct path is, because in this religion, the first thing they say, go see a babalao. And there's ways of going about it, and there's ways that we need to follow and do. So I know that it's very hard for us not to be able to take the time. But the good thing about these schools that David has is that you go in there and you download the classes into your computer, your phone, or whatever. And then when you're driving, when you have 5 minutes, when you want to put it on your Bluetooth and put it into your ear and you can listen to it, hey, go for it. And an extra 10, 15 minutes is really going to help you guys, because there's so many things in there. And not only are they schools to teach you, but also there's schools there to save you and your family. He does embosses all the time. They give a lot of embosses in those schools, all the schools, because if we don't do a book, we can't save ourselves, you guys. And that's the point of doing that. Delilah, I have learned more from your books than from my godparents. When I've experienced setbacks and contacts, my godparents, all they're worried about is how much money I'm bringing to the table. I'm sorry to hear that. I really am sorry to hear that. And I'm glad that at least you found David's books that are going to help you. I know. And that is amazing. It's amazing that because I always tell everybody, I trust my husband, and I see the boss he does this, and I see the people who come to my house with issues, and I see how they're doing, and I see how many kids he's taken out of ICU, and how many things he has done for people, not necessarily here next to us, but also at a distance. You guys, is amazing. And I'm glad, Delilah. Thank you so much for putting that out there. I know Kika's always doing a bosses, and you guys, it's not a matter of waiting for a problem to arise. Don't wait for a problem to arise. If you know that something could be coming down the pipeline, start doing a bosses so it doesn't get here. Or if the problem comes, it's not going to be a problem that's going to be blown out of proportion where, oh my God, it's an atomic bomb. You know, when we could just have a little tiny little, you know, light bulb and let it break, and then let's not be so big. So there's a lot of things in those schools that you guys can learn from, but at the same time, you're going to get knowledge, you guys. If you guys go into www.davidalagayu.com, you're going to go ahead and you're going to get into any of the classes that he has. They're starting fresh January 5th, you guys. We're starting from 0 on January 5th for all his schools, and you guys can come in and you guys can learn. You want to learn on the books. There are books in English in davidalagayu.com. You guys can go in there and you can choose the books in English. There's a lot of information that you guys can get from that. He hasn't done a book yet of the Iyawoses, but there is a book called Aleyos, which is a book where you guys can learn from the beginning what the steps are for you to be able to be, you know, to be called an Aleyo in our religion. Okay, Delilah says that I was scratched and I'm still waiting for my pot. They're telling me that it's $2,000 to get my pot. It's been 2 years and I haven't been able to get it. I'm sorry to hear that, Delilah, for real. It's sad. It's very sad. But, you know, the only thing that we can try to do is try to learn and try to be able to, you know, get our paths going so that way we can go ahead and clear it ourselves. There are ways of doing your own pot also, if you have the knowledge, and if you have that guidance from that spirit. Thank you so much, Sonia. I appreciate this, Diabosita. You got the package, Kika. I'm so happy you got it, my love. So there's a lot of things that you guys can learn. There's a lot of things that you guys can do. We have an Nkisi school also, Delilah. If you would like to go into the Nkisi school where they're going to teach you, David teaches how to prepare a spiritual pot. So there's a lot of learning, you guys. There's so much learning in those schools that, you know, it's amazing. It's really amazing that you guys have somebody, because when I crowned Osha 23 years ago, I had no knowledge at all whatsoever. I was not initiated in the religion before I crowned Osha. I had no idea what anything was. I was not, I was given the hand of Ifa, and it was horrible. And then the guy ended up not being a babalao and all of this and that. So it was a horrible initiation of my religion. But then I found a good person and I got crowned like I needed to be crowned. So I'm very happy when it comes down to that. And I'm here. So, but you guys, we have to learn. I'm getting off track with everything that's going on here because I want to be able to say what the Iyawoses are doing these days that are not the rules that you guys are supposed to be following when you guys crown Osha. And if you guys do not crown Osha for the correct reasons, then when stuff starts happening, don't blame the padrinos, do not blame your Orishas, do not blame anybody else except yourself. Because if you are the ones that's not following the rules, then that's very sad for you. Because I see some people walking into my store and I'm like, you know, we have a way of greeting people when they have Osha crowned, and you don't necessarily have to wear your elekas and be dressed in white all around, you know, for you to say, hey, bendición, reina, you know. I see, and you know that they know that I have Osha crown. They see me on Facebook, on YouTube, they see me on social media, so they know that I have Osha crown. So they're gonna come into my store and they're gonna tell me, hey, blessings, and I'm like, santo, you know. So it's nice to be able to have that. But then when I see some of these people that walk into my store, I'm like, I leave. I leave. I walk to the back, I close the door, and I leave. Because I do not agree with things being done incorrectly in my religion. I don't agree with it because I have seen the good and I have seen the bad of this religion. I've seen people I have been taken for money so many times, it's not even funny, but it's okay. I'm okay. I'm here. I have my Orishas. Elise 919. How does the Dilogun class for January 26th start? January 5th, all of the classes will be starting from fresh. How does it start? With how to do the reading or just the signs? Just curious. I'm going to have, there's going to be in the school, there's going to be a description of what's going to start at the bottom. If you go into davidalagayu.com, it should tell you the description of what the school is going to start with, okay? So you should be able to have that there. But before you start talking about, I don't think that they start automatically with the reading, teaching you how to do reading, because first you need to learn a lot of oduns, you need to learn a lot of prayers, you need to learn a lot of things. So it's going to be a step-by-step of everything you need to learn in order for you to be able to throw that shell, because it's not a matter of just sitting on the mat and say, hey, here you go, 1 2 3, let's do this. No, it's a matter of you learning step by step how to do things the correct way, so that you can go ahead and you can learn things the way that they should. Okay, so I don't believe you're going to start the class just by teaching you how to do the reading. You're going to learn the prayers. You're going to learn the steps 1 2 3 in order for you to be able to get to that mat. And once you get there, you have Ashen, you're able to do the correct reading. So that's basically how I've seen the school. So you guys, yabositos that are out there that have come into my store dressed like if we're going to the beach or if we're going to a nightclub on a Saturday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and or wearing an extremely tight see-through dress, that should not be worn when you're in a Iyawo, because once you have crowned your Osha for the year and 7 days, you know that you have to wear a particular clothing. You have to wear a length on a dress and or a skirt. Length has to be below the knees. It should not be tight fitted to your body, because they're not appropriate for you to wear. When you're supposed to be wearing something at least this long when you're wearing a top, okay? It's not spaghetti strap top. It doesn't work like that. And you're not supposed to be showing any type of cleavage and or chest area. You're supposed to be wearing something like what I'm wearing. And sometimes I see people coming in. Hi, Brian. Thank you so much. Many blessings to you, my love. I see that there's so many things out there that are so wrong, and they're so upsetting to me, because we cannot continue to let all of these people do these, because they do these things without us as godparents. Let's just say that the godparents have taught you and told you what you need to wear, and they have given you a list, and you know what you're a santera. You know what a santera is supposed to wear. And you know what an Iyawo is supposed to wear for your first 3 months, and then after your 3 months when you do a boat, then you know what we got to do about that. So all of that stuff, we already know what that year and 7 days is. And if your godparents have not told you, I'm sure that they requested clothes for you when you were getting crowned of the same attire that you have to wear for the next year and 7 days. I don't ask my Iyawos to wear anything different than what they bring to my house, because I don't need you to waste money, you know, other than if you're going to go to work and you need a particular set of clothes, then that's different. Okay. And if you are want to wear a dress, that's perfect. You can wear a nice dress. Go for it. That's not a problem. But as long as it meets those criteria, we're okay with that. And I know that my Yawoses, I'm sure, I have beautiful Yawoses. I have ones that follow the rules, but I'm sure that some break it. I mean, I'm not blind, but they're not next to me. So since they're not next to me, I cannot tell them, hey, what you doing? What you doing? No, you can't do that. And then on top of that, oh, that would be nice, Brian. I'm glad to see you, Majo. I hope your daughter's doing well. And it's nice when they're far away because you can't do that. But when I do find out about certain things, the first thing that David and I do is we give them a Spanish word, which is a multa. Number two, an English word is like a ticket. A ticket is like a traffic infraction. Let's say it for that matter. If you guys, my English speakers, can help me on that end, I would appreciate it if you guys have a better way of putting this word together. What happens is when you disrespect my guardian angel, if you were born from my Obà David and or you disrespect David Aggayú, as godparents, we have the right to give you a punishment, let's say, for misbehaving and doing something that is not part of the rules, and parts of the rules that you knew and you still disrespected them. And I feel disrespected enough, not me personally, but you've disrespected my guardian angel, which, let me tell you, I don't let anybody disrespect my guardian angel. Thank you, my love. I do not let anybody disrespect my guardian angel. So the moment that you disrespect my guardian angel, more than likely you are a bye-bye, because I don't give second chances when it comes down to Obà David. Because if you're going to disrespect me today, you're going to disrespect me tomorrow, and you're going to disrespect me the day after. And I will not allow that, ever. You can try to disrespect me, and we'll get into it, and that's a different story. But when you mess with mine, no. That's not going to happen. Because if we had more respect for our Orishas, and if we have more love for our Orishas, then we wouldn't be going through half of the things that people are going through out there. And I don't allow that. So when my Yawoses do things that are out of what they're supposed to do, they're going to get a punishment. It's like a fine. Thank you, Hema. It's like a fine. You're going to get a fine. A fine means that you have to feed my Obà David. If it's my fine, my Obà David, and if it's David's, Aggayú. Now, for that, you have to feed Obà David 4 legs with everything else that he eats. And on top of that, or if it's Aggayú, you got to feed Aggayú 4 legs and everything else that he eats. And you have to do that. Because if not, let me tell you, the Orishas don't forget. And if you guys think that the Orishas forget things, oh my God, they give me such proof that, to me, it's like, it's crazy that people don't think that these Orishas are not listening to what you're doing and what you're saying, and that it's okay for you guys to do all of these things. You guys, no, don't do that. Because I have been in doing things, and I'm thinking, they're not gonna know. They're not gonna know. How are they gonna know? Obà David's not right here next to me right now. How do I know that Obà David's here with me right now or not? And then I get a reading, and they're like, do you remember this, and this? And I'm like, oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember. Of course I remember. I did it. I know. And then you're like, listen, no, you can't do that. Or no, you can't. I mean, it's like there are things that you can say, there are things that you can do, and the Orishas are always listening. And they hear and they see everything. And what you guys think that they don't, you're wrong. But that's what we're here. You guys want to test them? Go for it. I don't. I don't like to test my Eguns, and I don't like to test Obà David at all whatsoever. I leave him as peaceful as I possibly can. I don't mess with my Orishas at all. So if you guys want to continue to disrespect, if you guys do disrespect enough for David and I to do something like that, then that's up to you. That now we've passed on the problem to you, and your problem now is with whatever Orisha your godparents have crowned and they have given you that fine for. So that is going to be your problem with them, not with me. Yes, oh yeah, definitely. She's like, not only the Orishas know, but Egu knows everything. And they are the first to give you up. Oh, yes, they do. Bro, they throw you in front of the bus. They throw you in front of the train. They throw you, period. They don't mess around. So I see all of these things going on, and I'm like, I feel so bad, and I feel so disrespected. And I feel so sad because I'm looking at people and I'm like, why are you guys doing these things? Why are you guys, I mean, it doesn't take that long. If you are not going to go out dressed how you need to go out dressed as an Iyawo, then don't put on your elegues. Don't put on your hat that you have to put on. Don't try to look like an Iyawo, and just put on your regular clothes and just go out like a regular person does, and disrespect your Orishas that way. But if you think that just because you come out to wherever, let's say you're going to go to the corner to McDonald's, and it's on the corner of your house, literally, you live right across the street from McDonald's, and you want to get in your car and drive through the McDonald's, but yet you want to go half dressed, totally disrespectful to the Orishas and what you're supposed to be wearing, and all of these things, and you still don't care. Oh, the Orishas they're not gonna know. They're not gonna know. They're not gonna know. It's okay. They're not here with me right now. They don't no, that's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay, because what happens is it's disrespectful to me, because I have Osha crowned, and it's disrespectful to me to see you out on the street. And if I see you when it used to be the old days back when I crowned Osha, if you were doing something incorrectly and you were dressed incorrectly, the elders would call you out and say, hey, come here. I was in Cuba when I crowned Osha, and it happened. Come here. What is this? Aren't you Iyawo right now? What is this? What are you wearing? What? And they'll be like, isn't your godfather or godmother the one that lives right there on the corner on the second house on the second floor or up there? Yeah, that's her, right? Oh, okay. And then that person will go directly to where your godmother was and said, your Iyawo was wearing this and this and this. She was out on the street either late at night or during the day or whatever, and she wasn't doing the attire that she needs to do, and she was disrespectful, and because of this, I'm coming to tell you. And you know what? They will call you to their house and say, hey, ven para acá, come on over here. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation. And guess what? You will get into some deep doo-doo. But that was 20-some years ago. So today, we choose to, the part that I love the most about Iyawosas is this. You know, Iyawosas are not supposed to take pictures. But yet, it's okay for you to take a picture of my hand with all my necklace, my bracelets, and my ide, with my water bottle in my hand. That's okay. That's okay. Because the hand is not attached to my body that went to a ceremony and that is not supposed to be taking a picture for the next year and 7 days. But it's okay for me to have a Starbucks cup and take a picture of me having coffee, of my hand with a coffee cup from Starbucks, and take a picture of that hand and put it on social media. Because, I don't know, you guys tell me. Isn't that a part of your body that went through the ceremonies? That part that we specifically state, do not take pictures. Now, if we have to put in there, that includes your fingers, your nails, your hands, your legs, your butt, your chest area, your shoes, to include your toes, and to include every part of your body. So that means from like your hair all the way down to the bottom of your shoes are not supposed to have pictures to be posted on social media. Because when you went in to do your coronation, we didn't leave your hand outside of the door and took the rest of your body to go through the ceremonies, right? Because we said, oh no, you know what? Let's just do that part and leave your hand out, because you're going to be taking pictures on social media, and we don't want to say that you're not supposed to be doing that. Because, oh my God, you know, it's too much. Now, to some people, that is an extreme. If that's what you want to choose, that is an extreme. Okay. But it's the rules. The rules are no pictures. The Iyawo does not take pictures during your year and 7 days. Now, if you, to your convenience, you think that your hand with a Starbucks cups is okay, to take a picture of, because you're not taking a picture of your face. Okay, that's your interpretation, but my interpretation means that it's no pictures. The Iyawo does not take pictures. Now, is your hand the part of the Iyawo? Is your face the part of the Iyawo? Just because I feel like taking a picture with my Fiji water, because that's what I'm drinking right now. Oh my God. Come on, guys. There's no pictures. A year and 7 days. No pictures. But okay. Why? Because it's okay. Because, you know what? It's okay. I can take pictures. It's okay. I'm going to keep them on my phone. Nobody sees them. It's okay. Exactly, Kika. They want to make their own rules. But then when shit hits the fan, then, oh my God, what's going on? Oh my God, my godparents are osobo there. Oh my God, no way, I can't. It's not your godparents' fault. Look at what you're doing. What are you doing that we have a problem with? Ooh, that's the part that we have to question then, huh? We have to question, whose fault is it? Because you don't remember that you're not following the rules of the OSHA that you said that you were going to do for the year in 7 days? No. You know what? You don't remember because you don't care. Because you came into this religion for the wrong reasons and you thought that it was okay. It was no big deal. I see it done all the time. People take pictures all the time and nothing happens to them because nobody posts the shit that goes wrong in their lives on social media. Everybody posts what people want to see. The fictitious life that they lead for social media is not the reality of their life. Because I guarantee you that when those people, when stuff starts to happen to them, they're not going to come out on social media and say, oh my God, I just lost my job. I just lost my job and what am I going to do? What? You lost your job because you're an Iyawo? Achay Belis, why? Also, now you are pissed because you lost your job. But for the last 6 months, you haven't been dressing how you need to dress. You haven't been following the rules because you think that you're the Orisa walking down on this earth, which none of you are, and neither am I, okay? I'm not Obà David. I'm so far from that it's not even funny, okay? And then when stuff starts to happen, then what happens? Whose fault is it? Whose fault could it be, you guys? Not mine. I'm the godparent. You're the one that's doing stuff wrong. And if you're not following the rules and you think that Egon and you think that the Orishas are not knowing what's going to happen, well, that's your problem. Then we have to see what happens along the way. But no, what do? We don't care. We're going to continue to take pictures. We're going to continue to dress as if we're going to the mall or to a club. That's my favorite, when they dress like going to a goddamn club, because, you know, they can't go out dressed just normal. They have to go out dressed. Oh my God. And then on top of it, you put on all of these Santería attires that you're not supposed to be wearing, dressed like that. But no, let's just make it more. Let's put on all of the bracelets. Let's put all of this. Let's put on all the necklaces that we can put on. And let's go out. How sad. How sad. Because what happens is, when you do not do the things the simple little things that they're asking you to do, because they're not asking you to do much. They're asking you to be under the roof at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. If you work construction, you can just go ahead and sit yourself inside of your truck from 11:59 to 12:01. And if, regardless, you can always find the tree wherein you can stand on for those 2.5 minutes and everything will be fine. You're not supposed to be out on the street at night. Everybody knows that. When it starts to get dark, everybody needs to go home. Be home. You work, we respect that. We understand that. But the Orisa Sangagu knows when you're at work and when you're not. Okay? That's the part that you need to understand. So, once again, You're supposed to eat on the mat for the 3 months. Is it that hard to put a plate, your Iyawo plate? You're not supposed to use any other Iyawo plate. You're not supposed to use any other plate from anywhere else. Is it that hard for you to just put your Iyawo plate on your mat and sit there and have breakfast, lunch, or dinner, whatever you like to eat, and you sit down and you eat it? Even if you bring McDonald's, because I buy fast food for my Iyawoses. My Iyawoses pick whatever they want to eat. Whatever they want to eat, I will do that. I don't have a problem with that. But when they're going to eat it, I'm going to put it in their Iyawo plate and I'm going to give it to them and they're going to sit on the mat and they're going to eat it. Just because it's McDonald's does not mean that you have the free pass to go sit at your table and eat it. And that you don't have to get your thing because it already comes in a plastic. No. Put it in your cup. Put it in your plate and eat what you're supposed to eat from there. Is that hard? It's not that hard. I don't think it's that hard, but I guess to some people it's way too much. But then when stuff hits the fan, oh my God. Clothing wise, everybody knows we're supposed to wear pantyhose. Yeah, right. What Iyawo wears pantyhose these days? Very, very few. You're supposed to wear white shoes, not open toe shoes, closed shoes. Really? Yeah, we wear flip-flops around here, honey, unfortunately. You're supposed to wear a skirt at least below the knee. They don't understand what below means. They know that there is a knee, but they cannot understand if it's the top part or the bottom part, and they're going to use whatever is convenient for them to use. And of course, it's not supposed to be tight, but you know what? It's going to be tight. I don't like wearing loose clothing, so I'm going to wear something tight. Okay. And then on top of that, let's go ahead and let me put on everything that you see behind me. Let's put on all of these beautiful little things and let's just pile them on my neck. Piled my bracelets and this is all over my hands. Because when I go out into the street, I want to call attention. Exactly. Oh yeah, San Lazaro. That's exactly what I said a little while ago. Because then they blame the godparents that the godparents are osobo, and the godparents are not osobo all the time, you guys. Sometimes you pick some good godparents. Sometimes you pick the crappiest, but it happens. But there are some godparents out there that are very good godparents, and then everything is the godparents' fault. So then what happens, you guys? So then we start having problems. So then stuff starts to happen. Things happen. Oh my God, I don't know why this is happening. What's going on? I need to go talk to my madrina. I need to talk to my padrino. Or I'm going to go to social media to find the answer. Going to TikTok and let me see what this crazy lunatic that has no idea anything about anything in this religion. And let me see what they're talking about and see if that makes any sense to me. Maybe that's something that I am going through. And maybe I will go ahead and ask them a question. Yes, because then instead of taking care of the problem in your house, you don't even do that. You don't even take care of the problem in your house. You don't go and tell your godparents, hey, listen, madrina, padrino, godfather, godmother, I have an issue, I have a problem. Listen, this has been going on and I'm being honest. No, I haven't been following the rules 100% because, you know, whatever. But I have a problem and I want to fix it. How can we fix it? Let's do something. What can I do? Let's look through my ETA book and let's go and find a solution and let's see what we can do. That's nice. That maybe 1 out of 1 million will go and say, hey, madrina, padrino, I have a problem. Let's see where we are. But then the other 1,000 goes into TikTok and starts to follow the TikTok crowd and or Facebook. And then they're like, oh, okay, wait, I have a problem. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. You guys, you know that you're not supposed to be doing anything religious during your year in 7 days. You can put adimusas to the Orishas. But you're not supposed to be doing anything religious. You're not supposed to be getting a reading. You're not supposed to be seeing another Obà to do anything with your shells. You're not supposed to be just seeing a babalao. You're not supposed to get a reading, period. You're supposed to wait your year in 7 days. Because then, let's be honest, also, when you're in Iyawo, everything that could go wrong will go wrong because the Orishas are also going to test your faith. So some things do happen because they're scheduled to happen, yes. But a lot of things happen because you are not respecting the Orishas how they are supposed to be respected, and you're not following the rules that you're supposed to. Because the Orishas are not here next to me. They're not seeing what I'm doing. They're not hearing. So since they don't see, they don't hear, and they're not here next to me, I got a green light. I don't have my godparents. I don't have a Santero or Santera next to me. You don't know how many people out there have Osha crowned, and you don't even know that they have it because they have no way of knowing that that person has Osha crowned. The only thing that I have for my Osha crown on a daily basis is this. This is the only thing that never leaves my hand. This went into surgery 15 years ago when I had my appendix taken out. This went into surgery when the doctor is like, hey, guess what? We got to take that out. I'm like, guess what? We ain't taking this out. You're going to do surgery with it. Well, if we code, then this is not going to happen. I said, well, if I code, don't worry about it because this is what's going to save me. So thank you so very much. You leave my bangle on. And that's it. He's like, okay, just sign here this document because you know everything you need to sign. Sign here because this is what you need to sign for just in case anything happens to you. We are not going to worry about a lawsuit later on. I'm like, okay, don't worry about a lawsuit. So, whatever. But there's people out there that are attorneys that I've been working with attorneys my whole life, and I've worked, and I'm like, really? You have OSHA grant? Yeah, I'm an Ogun child. Wow. You don't look like you have OSHA crown because, you know, you're used to seeing the eleques or at least any day or at least some type of something, but there's people out there that are just normal people that are going to wear whatever they need to wear in a place where you're not going to see it because you can put an eleque and or other things that we as religious people have, and you can put it in your clothes and take with you, and that's okay. But there are other people that they show everything and still. Oh, yeah, San Lázaro, my attorney's crowned Yamaya. Ache. And there's doctors. I had her when I was getting my appendix taken out. The nurse that was there next to me, she's an Oya child. And she was like, let me see. Oh, okay, yeah, I know what that is. I have Oya crowned. Don't worry about it. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm not taking this off. This goes with me. My appendix can burst right now, and this is not coming out. So she's like, don't worry about it. I got you. And she's like, she was amazing. And she's like, no, I have crown. Yeah. I'm like, I love it. Let's go in there together. Vámonos, let's go. You got my back. That's all that matters. Because you never know the people that you're dealing with, and it's stupid and ignorant to think that the people that you see out there on the street, just because they're not wearing 10 elegues and 15 bracelets and they're not wearing their headgear and they're not dressed in white from head to toe the way that we're supposed to, they don't have anything. Those are the people that have more than what you think, and they'll be the ones that say, look at that, how disrespectful. But they're not going to get involved because those are people that have a lot to lose if they come to you and tell you, hey, you're a total disrespect. You shouldn't be doing that. Who's your godparent? Who are you? What are you doing? Why are you dressed like that? That is so pathetic. But those are the kind of people that are not going to do that. Okay? Because it's very sad that an elder has to come and tell you, hey, guess what? That's not how you do it. And don't tell me that you don't know the rules, because now it's 2025 and everything is on social media. And I am not the first person to be talking about the rules of an Iyawo. So, what do? Sad, huh? But yes, that's exactly how it works. And mind you, I've only told you guys very few little things, very few little lines of what an Iyawo is supposed to do. When you're born from my Obà David, my Orisa, I have a rule. I have a PDF document that I give you. Because when you're born from my Orisa, you need to follow the rules. And I'm going to give it to you, but I'm going to give it to you in a way that you're not going to tell me, Madrina, but you never told me that. Because, you know, you're told so many things. You start from your spiritual masses, then you have your Ita, then the godparents usually sit there like I do. I give them the book and I said, read it. This is your Ita book. I want you to read it, and your mass book. Read it. And if you have any questions on how, because I try to write as much as I can, so I write really fast. And I tell them, if you have any questions on what is here, you need to let me know. And you have the next 4 days. David is here next to you. He's going to answer whatever questions you have. So whatever you need to say, whatever questions you have, we will address them. And of course, you take your book with you. So all of those things were done, and you go from there. But then, what problem do we have? I forgot, Madrina. When did you tell me that? Oh, so much information. Yes, I know. I know it's too much information. So I print you a paper and I give it to you. It's a PDF document that has the rules of what you should and should not be doing. You know why? Ibelis, I signed a contract with my padrino. Good for you, Ibelis. Because then you cannot tell me, Madrina, you didn't tell me that. I'm going to go to page 2, rule number 66 of your Iyawo book. Can you tell me what it says there, my love? You see? I may not have read it to you, but I gave it to you so you can read it and comprehend it and see what it is, what you can and cannot do. You see? And then we go from there. So we have good Yawoses, we have bad Yawoses, we have amazing Yawoses, because I have my goddaughter here who is Sonia Chango. We just crowned her in December, Yawosita. And she's amazing. She's amazing. I don't have one complaint. She sends me a message constantly. How are you, Madrina? Blessings. She's busy. I'm busy. Everybody's busy. It's not a matter of you guys calling your godparents 2 and 3 times a day, from the morning to the afternoon to the night. God blessings, Padrino, Madrina. It's in my house. That's not a requirement. You don't have to call me every single day, 3 times a day. You know, when you wake up and when you go to sleep. No, I understand that people are busy. I understand people work. I understand that people have to live their life, and I understand that I'm going to give you plenty of space for you to live your life. Like I tell my people, I may not be there for a party, but I'm definitely going to be there when shit hits the fan. If there's a problem, the only number you need to call is mine. When there's a problem, you're going to have a party, I'm probably not going to be there. Unless it's your Yabobo year, and then we give you coconut, and we go through the process. Yes, that's a different story. But don't call me for a party. I probably will not go. Let's go shopping. 99.9% chance that I will tell you that I will not go, that I'm busy. Let's go and you can come to my house. We can have a barbecue. We can have lunch. We can have dinner. Yes, definitely. But let's be honest, you guys. I don't need to live off of my godchildren. I don't need my godchildren to take me shopping, to buy me clothes. I don't need my godchildren to go out there and buy me anything at all whatsoever. When my godchildren ask me, what would you like, Madrina, as a gift? I always tell them, Obà David, whatever you want to give Obà David, you're more than free to do so. Anything that you want to give to Obà David, go for it. I'm not going to tell you no. And that's it. I do not ask my godchildren for money. I do not ask my godchildren to take me out to dinner. I do not ask my godchildren to take me anywhere to, I mean, I've heard horror stories. So, Yawositos, Aleyos that are going to get started in this religion, you're going to get initiated one way or the other. Any kind of ceremony that you guys are going to go to that has to do with a religious ceremony, you know what you need to do? You need to go dress in white. No pants for females. They wear skirts below the knee. Usually below means the closest to your ankles, closest to your feet. That's what below means for the people that don't understand what below the knee means. You're not supposed to wear anything close so tight. You're not supposed to be showing cleavage. You're supposed to wear sleeves at least until you have a quarter sleeves. And you know that you have to wear your headpiece. When you're doing a religious ceremony, whatever ceremony it is, you're going to a religious house, respect it. Because that means that you respect the Orishas. And that's the part that we have to understand, you guys. If we don't respect the Orishas, you're not respecting the Orishas and the Egun that lives in that house, you got a problem. That's the reason why you're going to get your ass kicked out fast. Because the first people Sandra, good question. I don't have the answer for you because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you like and what you prefer? But that's a very good question, and I'm going to answer it for you because I've had that issue with some of my godchildren. So you guys, let's be honest. It doesn't hurt for you to follow the rules. Mama, my Yabosita, you know you're busy. We're busy. Everybody's busy. I understand all of that. But like I said, you guys, when my Yaboses have a problem, all they need to do is call. And believe me, thank God, all of the Orishas, Egun, that has not happened. But when there's a problem that needs to be addressed, oh, it will be addressed. At whatever date and time. David doesn't sleep at night. That's okay. I'm awake during the whole entire day. So somebody's going to get the phone call, whether it's him at night or me at day. It doesn't matter. And we're going to do whatever needs to be done. And that's the part that we all need to understand, you guys. That's the part that you have to understand. And if you guys don't want to follow those simple, and I've only mentioned 3 or 4 simple rules that you guys have to follow. It's only a year and 7 days. I look back and I was like, I wish I could go back and do it again. I really wish that I could go back and do my ceremonies from the first day until the last day. Because it was such a beautiful time, but people don't understand the beauty of it until you go through it. But then you appreciate it even more after the fact. And to me, if they told me right now, Reina, let's go, you got to walk into that room once again and let's go through the ceremonies from beginning to the end, I'll be like, let's go right now. Let's do this in a heartbeat. Because I've seen the Orishas, what they can do. I've seen all the beauty that the Orishas can do. And believe me, if I was told that within 1 second, before you finish telling me, I will be the one doing it. And it's just how it is. So if it's so hard for you, yes, the Botanica website is www.botanicaorishaade.com. If you go into David's Google, you Google David's name and the Botanica is going to come out, you guys. So to me, I know, Kika, but we see you, mommy. We see you. To me, it's important that we all understand the importance of choosing a good godparent. Sometimes we think we're choosing the good godparent and something happens along the way. Usually it's a misunderstanding. And sometimes these days, people don't want to fix a misunderstanding, so they rather just pick up and go somewhere else because they think the grass is greener on the other side. But they fail to see that the grass on the other side is a plastic grass that they've put out there in their lawn for the same reason, but it's not real. And in every house, you're going to have misunderstandings. It's family. It's family. How many times have you not misunderstood or have you not fought with somebody in your family? Your brother, your sister, your cousin, your mother, your father, all of them. And it's the same thing. Now, it all depends on how much you want to fix it, and it all depends on how everything is going to be fixed. And how much of pride are you going to put down, and you're going to say, let me talk to my godparents, and this is what happens, and I don't like what this happened, and I don't like how that happened, so I'm going to address it. Okay, my love. Yeah, David is starting class. I'm sorry, mi niña. Go ahead, mi vida. You guys, the people that need to go into David's classes, please go ahead. Many blessings. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you guys. Once again, you guys, if you guys want to go into David's lives, into his classes, please go into www.davidalaaggayú.com, and you can go in there and you can purchase the schools that are going to start January 5th. Okay, go ahead, you guys. Knowledge is power. I always say it. Knowledge is what you guys need in order for you guys to understand just how important it is to learn to save yourself and your family. It's not that you guys, there's so many good things out in those classes. It's going to be knowledge that you're going to learn. It's going to be bosses that you're going to learn to save yourself. Haley Sanchez, thank you for the life. I've learned so much. Now I understand a lot of things. I haven't been crowned yet, but guardian angel is Oshun. I love her so much, and there were so many things that I have to learn. Yes, Haley, there's a lot of things for you to learn. And the moment that you do crown her, especially Orisha Oshun, I'm telling you, honey, It's a beautiful religion. You just got to pick the right person to walk with you on that path and lead you the correct way. My religion is the most beautiful religion that exists, and that's how I see it, and that's how I believe it. But again, you have to sometimes make sacrifices on certain things for a certain period of time, but it's all going to be worth it at the end, because it's going to be so beautiful. It's, you guys, for real, the ones that have crowned and that have been through this path long time like I have know exactly what I'm talking about. For the ones that are getting initiated and the ones that want to be initiated, sometimes you're going to get stuck with something that you're like, oh my God, no, oh my God, this is horrible. You're going to go into the house that's not the house for you, but Egun is going to take you out of there. And you're going to be like, oh my God, but why did I go through this? The first time I was given the hand of five, they charged me $3,500 25 years ago, and the guy wasn't even a babalao. So imagine going through that as your first ceremony that you ever went through, and then they call and they tell you, hey, guess what, that guy is not a babalao, so whatever he did to you is not even worth it, it's not even good, so you got to start from scratch again and find yourself somebody else. In Miami you have thousands of babalaos, but it hurts. It hurt because I went with so much faith. I went to do a ceremony, and then on top of it I'm like, are you joking? How can that be? How can that person say that he is and he isn't? Oh my God, how sad. So there's going to be a lot of things. There's going to be a lot of people, because a lot of people just want to get you initiated and then throw you out. See you, have a good one. Now you got to fend for yourself. But David has an Aleyo class that if you want to learn about it, go in there. Go into davidalagayu.com, get the Aleyo school, where you're going to learn how the religion, how to walk the correct way. You're going to learn about the religion, and you're going to learn about the Orishas, and you're going to learn about Egun, and you're going to learn about spiritism, which is very important. We have to learn spiritism, because if we don't, I don't believe in that you're born with that gift, jibber jabber. I think that, when people tell me that, I tell them, well, why don't you start with the prayers? Why do we have a book of Allan Kardec? Why do we have to go through that book and say all of those prayers for you? I don't understand. If you were born with that gift, why do you hold the book and start to read prayers? But it's another story. So you guys, it's important. Really, honestly, pay attention to what you need to do. Pay attention to how you need to say it. With the Orishas, it's a marriage of forever. One that unfortunately happens to everybody. It happens to 90% of the people in this religion that they get taken advantage of. But we can't lose faith. And that's the thing. We cannot lose faith, because once we lose faith, then that's the sad part about it. So never lose faith in the Orishas. The Orishas will get that person. And you believe me, you may think that it's something that it's not happening fast enough because you want something to happen to that person right now. And that's the sad part about it. It's not the Orisha's fault, you guys. Let's see. My padrino is in Cuba. I have so much respect for him, and yes, I am going to enjoy his classes. I believe in you and in your husband. Thank you so much again. Thank you, Haley, for being here, and we appreciate it. Mama, just good godparents do exist, you guys. There are good. My madrina is an amazing godmother. But again, she was in Cuba, so I couldn't learn from her, because I couldn't just be over there every weekend to try to learn something. So it's hard when you have a godparent that's in another country and you want to learn and you want to resolve some things, and it's hard. But you know what? As long as that person treats you with respect, as long as that person gives you what you need, what respect you need, teaches you whatever, whenever you call him and you have a question, that person answers it for you. Doesn't tell you, send me a Zelle or send me a WhatsApp, send me this or that, money through whatever. That's a different story, so that's the part that you guys have to understand. I'm going to answer that question right now. Give me a second. So that's the important part. Once again, good godparents do exist, you guys. And we need to have good godchildren. But let me tell you, David was talking the other day about good godchildren. But sometimes we have good godchildren, and sometimes we have really bad godchildren. Been there, done that. And I'm the kind of person that I'm going to give you my heart until you decide that you no longer want it, and then I'm closed for you forever. I gave you that chance one time and one time only. I'm not going to give it to you again. And let me tell you, if you disrespect, like I said, if you disrespect my guardian angel, that's it. Your doors are closed. And those doors you're not going to reopen again. So, That's the part that people have to understand. And please, if you guys are going to crown an Orisa, make sure you guys understand who the Orisa is. Make sure you guys understand what the religion is, because that's the important part, you guys. It's not just, oh, I'm going to crown Obà David. Obà David is the Virgen de las Mercedes in the church. It does not have anything to do with la Virgen de las Mercedes in church, you guys. Don't mix Catholicism with the Orisas, because they're not. You know, so let's learn how to do an adimu for an Orisa. Let's learn how do we do something. We put an offering to an Orisa. You can do an offering for Egun. You can do an offering for any Orisa. Do we know how to do that? We go to the bakery at our 1 year anniversary, or whenever an Orisha's birthday is coming up and we want to go ahead and do something like that, we go to the bakery, we buy it, and we take it home. That's not how it works. It works when we do it from our own hands. And those are the things that the Orishas see, and that's the Orishas want. But that's another life. Let's see. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. Can you ask if a mountain by spirits can affect your health in a positive or a negative way? Manuka, I think that it's definitely in a positive way. Now, when you are mounting a spirit, it's hard, because I see people that they want to be doing this all the time, and they're like, oh my God, yes, I want to go to a spiritual mass because I want to be able to mount my spirit, and I want him to come through, or her, and I want to be able to do all of these things that you guys are doing, and it's amazing. And I tell them, you guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. You guys don't know how much energy it takes to go through that. And then once you go through that, you need like a bed. I need a bed for like 24 hours just so I can stay there and not move, and just like, because it's a lot, you guys. It's a lot. And if you're somebody like me that does not do this every single day, that does not do this every week, that doesn't do this every month, all of that takes a toll on you. So it does. I think, to me, as long as it's your spirits are going to come through, and they're going to clean you, and they're going to tell you, hey, if there is something wrong, the spirits are going to tell you, go to the doctor. There's something wrong here. You need to go check. So that part is the important part that you need to look, because if it's your spirit, the one that you're mounting, and I definitely agree that it's there for a positive. It's not there for a negative. It's not there for a negative at all, because our spirits are going to come through to help us. That's the reason why they're here. They're with us, to be with us until the day that we go wherever it is, that we go up or down. I don't know. Everybody says we go up. I don't know. I've never been there, so I don't know what to tell you. It could be up, it could be down, it could be on the sides. I don't know. So it depends. But I don't believe that our spirits are going to come and they're going to do something harmful to us, because that's not what they're there for. So if you are mounting a spirit and it's going to help you, and it's not helping you, and it's making you feel bad, then there has to be a better spiritual connection. Sometimes we don't have the spiritual connection that we need with that spirit, and that's the reason why we need to get there. And for us to get to that point, you have to do a lot of cleansings. You have to get into more of the spiritual world, because it's not just going in there and, like I said, just sitting on a table or in a chair and saying, hey, my spirit, come down, here you are, come on, let's do this. It doesn't work like that. So we have to, there's a lot of ways, because if we are not ready to receive all of that from that spirit that we're trying to mount, what's going to happen is our bodies is not going to be able to handle it. So that's the part that you have to understand, where the difference is. And if you want to learn how to do this, go into David's classes of spiritism. He has classes of spiritism at www.davidalagayu.com, and you can learn and see exactly to get to the point of that, because it should not be a negative that a spirit mounts you, and it should not be that way. And if something like that is happening, there's something else going on that you need to look into, okay? So that's the part that's important. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. I've been here for 1 hour and 10 minutes. I will be back tomorrow. Thank you so much. Many blessings to all of you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. You guys all that gave me your likes on the live. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that very much. And leave your comments at the bottom and tell me what you guys want me to do a live about, and I will be doing them on this, okay? Because this is one of the topics that they left on one of the lives that I did the other day. And that's what we were talking about. So if you guys leave me your comment, thank you so much. Thank you, Lori. Yes, thank you, my love. Many blessings to you. You guys, let's start 2026 and let's learn. Let's learn, you guys. And if not, just get books. Go into searching for books and information. When David does a live here on YouTube, you guys, you know that he gives you where he's getting the information from. Go into and buy the books. It's not something that he wants for you to only know what he's saying and what he's doing, and that is the correct way. He's telling you for you to be able to get that, how to get that knowledge, where to get that knowledge from, because he got it from somewhere. You know, about the women's roles. Lorianne, I like that. I always try to empower my women because, you know, this religion is, if women only knew how important we are in this religion, we would not let men step on us. That's how it is. So very good idea. Thank you so much. I definitely will be doing a live about that because I speak a lot about that when it comes down to into Malongo, which is the importance of Ayaya when it comes down to, you know, doing anything that has to be done in the battle room. So to me, it's extremely important. And I always tell my ladies, please, I know that it's hard. Believe me, I have a household, I have kids, I have businesses. It's hard. But we have to take at least 20 minutes a day, 15, 20 minutes a day to learn one thing. If you can, and I am guilty because I was telling everybody before that I was trying to read a book that I have for over a week and I have not been able to open it because I was doing things. I've been so busy and I've been exhausted with the baby. But you know what? We have to make the time. And I'm guilty of it. And believe me, I know. But we have to make some time. If it's not this week, then the next week. But at least let's try to do something at least once a week so that we can say, okay, I did this and I'm learning. And the best part about it is, you guys, that you're only going to learn to save yourself and your family. And that's what matters. And if you can save yourself and your family, then we're good. That's all we need. That's all we need. We don't need anything else, you guys. And to me, that's all that matters. If I can save my family, I don't need anything else, you guys. What else do we need? But I need the knowledge. I need to know. Not just because I have David next to me, who is the king of knowledge and of voices, but okay, Magura. Thank you so much. Manuka, I will write it down. Thank you, you guys. Many blessings. I really do have to go. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And please know that we're going to be doing English lives almost on a daily basis when we have the time, David and I. So we are doing this. And next year, we're going to have a lot of religious stuff going on here in Houston. I'm going to be doing some, we're going to have our association that's already been created over years ago, but we're going to get started on that association. We're going to do parties here in Houston. We're going to be able to do some conferences when it comes down to Orisa teachings. We're going to be doing all of that in English. Okay. So let's get to it. Many blessings, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you.